And welcome back into Utah Top 50, the Lifetime Activity Center. Dusty Lister and Dane Stewart. Our second matchup of 3 today, the Oakland Americans and the Dallas Chaps. As we got a lob inside, and Cox can't get to that one. And the loose ball picked up by Hansen. And back down the floor we go with the Chaps. Hansen sent out to Skank. Oh, Hunter Skank. He was our player of the night last week and starts off strong here tonight.
I really love what we've seen from Skank last week. Obviously had a big night, but I think we've seen him start to be really aggressive, looking for the right opportunity. I don't want to say looking for a shot because he's still very much involved with the team.
Yeah.
But it feels like he's really started to just elevate his game here in the top 50 this year.
Oh, Preston just got to make sure he gets our clock right here. The clock is going to continue to run until we hit the 10-minute mark. Got it fixed. As Cox will pull off the angle, a little strong. Ball tipped up in the air and tracked down by Hansen.
Preston's in like his 5th year of his internship. Maybe this is why he's still a student. Can't figure it out.
Too nice to him as Hansen knocks down the 3. That's a young man. I'm really excited to see him continue to be healthy.
Yep.
Another year in the system with Corey Mullaney and what he can do in Region 1.
Yeah, I completely agree. And, we've seen him in this top 50 really ball out. Just have some big nights, and he's got a bright future ahead of him. Obviously, D1 opportunities for him, but man, he just continues to get better and better week in, week out.
So it's Skank bring the ball up the floor. Ball up top and didn't get it cleanly, but able to get all the way to the rim and finish. Mitch Jepson.
Nah, man, that's just how you draw it up. You let that ball go through, you get the defense out of position, and then you use your athleticism to the ring. Come on,
what
man.
am I doing? That's
next level.
It's the basketball level version of the Fumblerooski. What am I thinking?
They don't teach that level of play at Carbon. No offense to the Dinos. That's a 5A play right there, Dusty.
You're right. I never saw Matt Jukes or Kyle Wilson do that. That was one of the things that they were going to do. Or Jan Jorgensen when he played basketball. I love what they always say he was a wrestler. Jan wrestled 1 season. As that jumper is there for Peter Broadbent.
Tried it once, thought the better of it, moved on.
He won a state championship.
I'm just teasing.
Yeah. They always say he was a state championship wrestler. I'm like, in 1 year. Luckily for the state of Utah, he didn't wrestle more. As there is a steal, and now the run out. Apeth Jang leaves it out for 3. Broadbent can't get it. Cox has the board, sticks with it. He just wanted the +1. Chris Cox out of Cottonwood with the bucket and the foul. Coach Miller would be excited to see his development getting into next month.
Yeah, that was a Cottonwood team. Really burst on the scene this year. Maybe peaked a little early. Struggled to maintain that momentum, but you look at a guy like Christopher and what he can bring a piece for the Colts should be really good.
And the shot a little too strong there. Now on the run out, Apeth Jang dribbles through and has one ripped away from him.
Numbers.
Paul Beebe with the steal. And Hansen tried to leave down a little fancy. Gets in the hands of Skank. And Hunter doesn't get the shooter's roll tonight. The board, now the run out. Good to see Brock Mendoza back out. He missed the last couple of weeks. As Workman gives that up the Broadbent inside the lane and hits the J.
I really think last week Broadbent had a really nice game, and he's had a nice start to this one. I feel like he's a young man that, we're going to see big things. You have him and Gillespie there for the Eagles. It can be a sleepy program this year in Region 6.
That 6 has got some interesting stuff happening there.
Yeah.
Obviously, always going to be good. Apeth Jang. Beautiful find there, big fella. Brock Mendoza with the dunk.
And I'll tell you, Coach Jones at Highland, watch out for the Rams. Yeah. He's got college-level experience, bringing that to the high school. And, that's a program you might want to keep an eye on, too.
As Beatty knocks down the 3. Talking about the young man out of Farmington. Year 2 in 6A for the Phoenix. No Colin Chandler. We'll find out what they're like there in Region 1. Gets the block there on Mendoza. We'll see that during the winter. And runs the floor on the other end, and Cox got him off his feet. And again, what I also enjoy here in the fall, if that's the winter, we're separating people, trying to break things up.
They know, right? They know.
They know now. I think they know in the winter, but you're just a little more amped up.
Yeah. Well, some of that might be the environment too, right? I mean, you get fans that amplify that sort of a thing.
What we like to do, we like to know the why. There's layers to all this stuff.
It's like an onion. You just got to peel it back. Good look inside there.
And someday a documentary will be done. Apith Jang sends it out at 3, and Dusty will watch it. As that 3 is short there from Charlie Smith. Oh, nice move there by Skank. Hunter left that one short. Rebound to Broadbent. Mid-range jumper from Mendoza won't go. Beatty tracks down. Quickly head.
Chudy.
That won't drop there for Chudy Sike. As Broadbent leaves it back. Apith Jang off on the 3. Oh, and Chris Brooks with the board and then the dunk. As the Americans make it a 1-point game.
Yeah, Cox helping bring him back here. Nice take there by Chris. Had a really good week 1. Starting out week 4 with a bang.
Beatty straight away, too strong. The board and now the run. Apith Jang. Defenders with their backs turned and can't finish.
Good take, just strong off the rim. Here comes Skank.
Skank can't make the miss hurt. Beatty with the board. Second chance opportunity here for the Chaps. And, hard take, the bump and the bucket. As David Locke would say, the hoop and the harm in a 4-point game.
And you saw that head go back and to the left there and still able to finish.
It's a magic swing there. Broadbent can't get it. This is why everyone's like, hey, are you guys really going to do the game of the week this week together? No, Moose took it away.
We don't get to do state tournament games anymore.
I know.
So, well, not for football, at least.
Yeah.
How about Beatty showing a little bit of range there?
It's 2 of them.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know how Coach Walkenhurst might feel about that come the regular season, but
you
know,
get
him in now, Paul.
I'll tell you, the way he'll do it is very calmly. As he puts down his energy drink, no, you're not shooting that. Picks it back up.
I don't know. I don't recall Coach Walkenhurst having a lot of calm conversations when he doesn't like a shot.
Officials, I want to say about players. Maybe right players, maybe a little bit more.
Yeah, I love Casey.
Yeah,
but I've seen him
give him the benefit of the doubt.
I've seen him get intense.
You know who coached Casey since he was a young kid? Brian Alfrey.
Really?
Yeah, West Jordan.
I did not know that.
Yeah, he's a West Jordan kid.
I didn't know that, but I didn't realize that Alfrey had that kind of tenure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
I think he had him in bantams, is what you told me. All the way back then. As I say, all the way back then. I think Casey and us are all about within 3 years of each other.
Look, Coach, I know you're going to watch this. You're not as old as you look, man. You look a lot young. If that's the case, you look really young. So
in our heads, absolutely, especially in mine. Yeah. There's a foul on that drive. We'll have the 1 for 2 free throws here for Chris Cox. But again, KSLSports.com, your home for online championships during the high school sports season. As Dane mentioned, we don't get to do the championship football games. That's Jeremiah Jensen and Sly, and I get to run the sidelines. Dane and I will do pre and halftime. We'll see about post game. We got to maybe hold a whole desk. I got to work that out technologically. It's going to take a Herculean task I'm working on at the moment. Because we have all kinds of contributors this year, but either way, we'll have a piece of that during football. But Dane and I have all the state championship basketball games you can handle. Will be Dane and I, boys and girls, 5A, 6A state tournaments. And then spring, we got to decide who's going to take volleyball. I think there's going to be a Rochambeau for that. But Dane has lacrosse and soccer. There's a nice lob, and take it away. They're going to have offensive foul before the shot there for James Rust. But Dane gets to kick off state championships here pretty soon. It's soccer.
Yeah, 2 weeks away.
Yeah, girls soccer coming up for us. Well, for Dane. No one wants to hear me call soccer. There's a few people that got to hear it a few years ago. They're like, this guy should stick to football. Appichang's shot goes out of bounds.
Boy, short bench today for the Americans. We'll have to see how that impacts it.
And we're going to go early media timeout. So timeout on the floor. We'll be right back. Welcome back in. If you guys could hear what we talk about off air.
Look, one of us is a measure once, cut twice, and one of us is a measure twice, cut once.
But in everything else in my life, I don't do it that way. So. There's Judy on the CK, sends it on the baseline to Hansen, and Hansen goes up strong. And that's where I think his game's evolved as he gets older, right? He got to play. He didn't get to play a lot when he was really young.
Yeah.
Because he was injured. So I'm excited to see that. Just that power right there.
Well, and he doesn't look, I mean, from a distance, he doesn't look like a really strong kid. But if you can play big and play strong, man, it just adds a really different dimension. And look at him out on the run here, like a gazelle, Dusty.
And go up and flush. I know he had that one in him either. He's from the biggest little town in Utah, Plain City. And on the other end, +1 there for Cox, for Christopher Cox.
I thought you were going to say East Wendover, but I mean, it's one of those where you look at it and it's just like, I remember going out to Plain City. I'm like, there's no way there's a 5A school.
Still,
and yet they're building Taylor.
I know. When you get out there and it's like, you go to this is 6A, and it's like, yeah.
In fact, it's so big we got to build another school.
Right.
Of course, the Longhorns, that'll be weird.
Yeah,
that'll take some adjustment.
It will take some adjustment, and I want to know if the state's going to immediately come out with the rule about the horns down thing. We don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. As we're missing a bucket inside, so we'll match the scoreboard inside the building.
The Chaps off to a nice start.
They are. If you do it twice once, do it twice all the time.
Yeah, the Jazz continuing to make their effect here in the state of Utah. For those in the arena, double P, double S on the scoreboard tonight.
Good thing you were here in the mid-'90s, or late 90s. There's a pass off the mark taken by Workman.
Oh, I saw it even from Boise, so.
At the Jang, no. And the rebound taken by Rust. Young man from Timpview. Maybe by the time basketball season comes around, the construction will be done. And that shot lips out.
It'd be nice if they could play home games.
Man,
right?
I feel bad for those kids.
No kidding.
I've been a senior not able to play in your home stadium. Done it. We used to have a bunch of stadiums around us in Carbon. As Appichang lays that one in.
So they played in Dusty's backyard. It's why all the statistics are terrible from that era, because the field wasn't 100 yards long.
Essentially. Played at CEU and no lights. He gave us two options. You play CEU or East Carbon. Like, yeah, we're not driving out to East Carbon. As I don't know, CK can't finish on the take.
I didn't know that Carbon County was the genesis for Friday Night Lights. A TV series,
I actually don't know that reference. I'm going to have to figure that one out. I still haven't done it. I know CK lifts that one out. I have watched Suits 7 times.
I'll catch you up over the break.
Cox had that one slapped away. Wow. Oh.
Well, hot potato there.
Yeah. I think he wasn't near as far. I was about as close as Sonny Corleone came to hitting Carlo in The Godfather. He just looked a little different. Took him 3 days to shoot that, but his arm and everything comes close to It comes close to Carlo.
I'll just take your word for it.
Got to see it. There's Hansen going to pull up. 3+1.
I think it was just a 2. I thought his foot was on the line.
Okay. 2+1.
But that play's well defended by Broadbent. I thought it was a 4 shot there by Hansen. Didn't really love it. The fact he was able to hit that with contact, man.
Well, Mulaney was really high on him in his sophomore year. He said that one won't go. And he told me, hey, man, my best player is injured. The problem was his freshman year. And there's a 3.
Yeah, Skank left open, drills it.
So 31-18. The Americans have just not been able to get the offense off the ground as that ball gets through. Broadbent sends out. Workman pumped the 3. Finds Mendoza, and he kind of got caught in between and ends up turning it over. Shot from Skank, back-to-back threes.
That's a heat check right there. And Skank going a little NBA Jam style here. He's on fire, Dusty. Back-to-back trays for Hunter.
Kind of got a little bit of NBA Jam shooting motion, too, on some of that.
I'm just can't wait for his dunk attempt when he leaps out of the gym and comes back in, right?
And then I loved when he got the guy that did the flip, the 4th flip. Hansen off on the 3, the rebound. Keep the ball high, go back up, count the buckets.
Deal. Logan Deal, we talk about him every week. Not the longest forward in the state, but man, he's just such a gritty worker.
Well, he is from Skyview, as that 3 won't go. Rebound to Deal. Skank with the nifty move. Oh, beautiful find on this end. It's Hansen lays that one in.
Logan dealing.
Nice. As Apith Jang on the take, sent out to the corner. 3 on the way, won't go. Rebound again to Skank.
Love the help there by Hunter Hansen. Comes over, stays vertical, forces that pass.
Beatty on the drive. Little fall away. Got it.
Everything right now for the Chaps just working. Good ball movement, good spacing, unselfish play, knocking down shots, and a 20-point lead.
Time out on the floor. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Lizzie from the Food Nanny. I recently got a My Style checking account. It's a perfect blend of rewards and convenient benefits. I love that sound. And now My Style Checking has new features like mobile phone protection, 24/7 telehealth, and my favorite, restaurant discounts. Get the only checking account you truly need and see what's new with My Style at macu.com.
And welcome back in. Dusty Lister and Dane Stewart with you. I want to remind you that balance, coordination, and stability are essential for nearly every element of basketball. Dynamic stability means maintaining body control in all directions, stability under all situations, even at full speed. Our proven progression utilizes plyometric drills, the multi-hip machine, and core technology improves dynamic stability at Athletic Republic.
Not the way you'd want to come out from a timeout. Turnover there.
Chaps a chance to extend the lead. Beatty left that short.
Nice jump by Cox, really kind of pushing him away and really contesting in the paint. They're not conceding easily. And then answers on the other end.
Get the stop on one end, get the bucket on the other. Chudy, step through and finish.
Next level move right there by Anosike.
Chudy. Send that one to the corner. Apeth Jang.
He's gone old school with the sneakers tonight. Talk about the kicks for Chudy. And
I didn't see him wearing Chucks.
He's going retro.
What do you, in what ways?
I was just like, that's the old three-stripe, man.
Oh, okay. I got you. He's wearing the Superstars.
Yeah.
Find inside, reverse it, and it stays down for Mendoza. Oh, nice crossover. Send back up. A strong take and just would not go down there for Mitch Jepson. Quick on the other end. Jang inside to Mendoza. And big man went to finish before big man caught the ball and turns it over.
Been that kind of a game for the Americans. I mean, you get quick passing there. You're running the floor. You get your big man, no defense around, and just loses it off the foot. Been a tough night. Tough first half here.
Yeah.
The Oakland Americans looking a little bit like the Oakland A's.
Oh, the defunct Oakland Raiders. As someone's laid up and in. I can go there. You can't.
Yeah, I wasn't going to.
It's like Jamarcus Russell era Raiders right now. Or the Warriors before Steph Curry, minus 1 year. And there's a foul on that pass to Mendoza.
Yeah, Mendoza recognizing good positioning there and working against Jepson. And he's going to have a lot of opportunities when you look at Region 1 to go against mismatches on the interior. And you see he's certainly got the body and the ability to be effective in the block. It's just going to be a matter of repetition and doing it enough as that free throw crawling out.
Well, you're thinking he, KJ Miller, and Makai Martin.
Yep. Makai not here tonight. Normally on this American squad.
Skank off the steal for three. Left it short. And we're going to have a foul on the rebound going against the Chaps. Inside of 20 seconds.
Good communication there by Beatty, helping to call out the screen. Helps Skank get in good defensive positioning.
Straightaway three for Broadbent won't fall. And that is how the first half will end. 20 minutes in, and it's all Chaps leading 45-25 over the Oakland Americans. You're watching the 2022 Utah Top 50. Start of the second half. Dusty Lister and Dane Stewart with you here at the Utah Top 50. As technical glitch is over. And, man, it was a great first half that continues here for the Chaps.
And Hunter Hansen showing it was not a technical glitch in the first half for him as he comes up with a nice little 14-footer.
He just goes a little Wreck-It Ralph saying, we're going to use the glitch to our advantage.
Just make sure there's not a bug in it.
We all live off sugar. As that three won't go. And it's out of bounds off of the Americans. I know we should be doing some intros with these guys, and you'd have the Oakland Americans come out the old Hulk Hogan music. I wanna be American.
Yeah.
Some opportunities that maybe we pitch for championship night. But I guess all the teams will play. So,
of course, Coach Miller walking in the building here for Cottonwood High School, watching his player right there, Christopher Cox on demand.
Hey, there you go. Be decisive. I think one of the things you learn at that young age is, hey, just be decisive. Come right back.
Mark didn't even clap. Come on, Coach. That's your guy.
He's expected it. The drive and finish from Chudy Anosike.
Yeah.
There's a matchup. He and Cox will match up. Well, never mind. They're not in that region anymore. Their schools are only about 2 minutes apart, but
yeah, they are.
Oh, they are.
They're region 6. It's been a while since we've talked about Highland. There was a non-region contest against Payson last year.
Oh, that's right. That's right. For whatever reason, I was thinking that they remove Timpanogos from that region in basketball and insert Cottonwood, but I was wrong. I remember now. It's Chudy on the drive and finish.
I'm going to go verify. But
I thought it was a region game. I thought it was region.
Cottonwood.
Yeah, Cottonwood.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
I was thinking Highland.
Yeah, well, Cottonwood and Murray's 5 minutes away from each other.
Yeah.
It's a nice reverse and score once again for Christopher Cox.
Yeah, it used to be a region rivalry. It used to be a rivalry in everything.
In general, yeah.
Yeah.
As Chudy hits the three. He got a little bit of little setup there from the bench. We could hear across the way. Remember, college coaches coach these teams. They're all I think you see some smiles right now. Hey, 33 is pretty good. I didn't tell you I saw they came in as Christopher Cox again. I think he has all the points for the Americans out of the break. But I was coming in, I saw Andre Mulibea.
Really?
Yeah. Oh. I was walking. I was on the phone with someone, kind of walking in. And I heard, "Hey," I look and just give me a wave.
I miss those days, huh?
Reverse and score to Rust, absolutely. I wish you knew you were in the good old days when you were in them. Although we've got a good 18-year stretch where that's kind of been the case for the most part of our sports coverage.
Yeah. I think we just starting to realize we're in the good old days, right? 18 years in.
18 years in. I just think of that first state championship when the Highland fans were all making smack talking me. There's the block from Hansen. Where's your boy, Tanner Lamb? And I had to remind him that he almost beat him by himself. He and
in true Dusty fashion, throwing a bunch of 16-year-olds in front of the bus. So
it was funny. You see them all now grown up. Braden Brown's a doctor and got many kids, and he's a great Instagram follow for daily workouts.
Well, speaking of, so's old Collinsworth, huh?
Well, of course, Chris Collinsworth, the star at Provo. He and Brandon Davies, but it was, or probably that was Kyle Collinsworth. Chris was the first Collinsworth that we covered. He and Tanner Gregory, the Junction Jumpers, as that shot falls.
Charlie Smith there, bountiful, able to hit the three. Americans trying to hang around Chudy right now. Tough shot.
Just one defense of myself, Dane saying Dusty making fun of 6 years. I was 21, 22. I was just barely aged out of that whole thing.
Yeah, well, look, we were just kind of getting into it, right?
Oh, Chudy left that a little too strong. Between them making fun of me and then Coach Dubois getting after me, as that take and make by Christopher Cox continues his spectacular start to the second half. On the other end, Chudy takes the hard bump from
Cox might have taken the worst of that.
Yeah.
Kind of took the shoulder right in the chest. And tell you, you meet Chudy and you realize that's a big kid.
Yeah. But he came and did the interview with us last year. Like, wow, not as wiry as I thought.
Yeah. You don't look that big from 100 feet away.
And the mustache comes in nicely. Chudy misses the free throw. I think Coach Workman's here. I'm always kidding, but come back the other way. I'm sure he is here. Jackson just gave that one up. Popped out by Rust. And Rust able to get it away from Workman. Rust from the corner. Three won't go. That ball goes out of bounds off of Broadbent, and we'll stay here with the Chaps. So this Chaps team, we saw them last week shut down the Tropics in big fashion.
Yeah.
It's really blended very nicely. The three is, or probably the two is good.
Starting to come together, Pepper. And, you look at the roster, they got a lot of scoring. Because you even look at a guy like James Rust, who Timview leading scorer last year, he hasn't had to contribute a lot, right? Because there is just a lot of offensive firepower on this roster. And, I mean, Russ had the open three, and that's one where it's like, that's money. That's going in. And, I mean, he just missed the shot. But he's got the ability to drop 20 on you. As Hansen here with another breakout.
Oh, and Hansen with the second stuff of the night.
That's Utah State level right there.
Now Smith kind of got stuck between what he wanted to do there. Did I miss that? Hansen go to Utah State? Him and Jordy Barnes?
He's offered.
Oh, offered. Okay. Coach Odom trying to keep some local talent here. Got Jordy Barnes.
I mean, it is the Utah State University. So
I do have the former fan of the year to my left. As Broadbent goes and finishes.
I was back in my younger days, too.
I saw Old Blue last Thursday, and the first thing I said to my little boy, Denver, said, I know you got a friend that knows him. Denver just looked at me and asked for cars. So as Mendoza's fouled, and he'll go to the line for 1 for 2 free throws.
There's more to that story. No one's interested in that.
Yeah. Hey, they all heard about places Dusty lived last week. They're intrigued by our lives. I'm
sure. I'm sure.
As the free throw is off the mark. 62-41. Hansen again for three. How about the night?
He has been dialed in from the start. My goodness.
Region 1 could be an absolute blast. It is the basketball region in the state of Utah. Most people won't want to talk about it, but a lot of state championships come out of Region 1 in basketball.
Speaking of Region 1, there's another Region 1. Hunter Skank dialing up the three.
Yeah. Between Layton Davis and Fremont. A lot of
Farmington now in that region.
Well, I mean the state championships since in out of that region is. Skank, he didn't quite get that one cleanly. I was impressed he still went for that.
I told you. I was waiting for him to leap out of the building, NBA Jam style. And now it ruined the hot shooting streak.
I was going to say the three didn't drop because there's a little bit of that. He had it. And I was surprised he still went for it because it was kind of an in-between pass there.
Yeah.
He didn't get it cleanly. I don't know that we ever saw his brothers dunk, so if he can get that, I mean, there's a first. We've seen the Skinks do lots of stuff they all have done. I don't know if we ever had a Skink brother throw it down in all the games we've done over the years of theirs. Apaching has that one popped away. Broadbent with it. He's going to go at Hansen. Sends back out. Cox for three. Short. Skank quickly ahead. Rust. Now he'll flush.
Told you that young man, he's going to be the leading scorer for Timview this year.
Yeah.
And that's maybe his second bucket tonight. And it just speaks again to the offensive firepower as Cox there couldn't get the finish past Beatty.
I thought Beatty actually. That was a Coach Ballstead called foul there on that dunk attempt.
By the way, have verified according to the the internet that Hunter Hansen verbal to Utah State.
Verbal.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. Of course, that's only if you trust online.
It's on the internet. It has to be true. Timeout. We'll be right back. Now, welcome back in. Dusty Lister and Dane Stewart. Remind you about Athletic Republic that they work on your athlete's stamina. Playing as well in the final minutes of the game as in the first quarter requires an athlete to develop its stamina to perform under fatigue. Our 75-minute training sessions are constructed with a personalized schedule to improve a player's conditioning. And that's at Athletic Republic. You know, a lot of people ask, like, hey, how's Alabama so good? Let me give you a free plug to a podcast called the Origins Podcast. Go on Spotify, Apple, wherever. And there's a whole thing on the building of Alabama. And one of the tests that Nick Saban requires of all incoming freshmen, as that 3 is good from Beatty, is they have to be able to run, I think it's 2100s consecutively on day one. They have to come in ready to go, whatever it is, at full speed. I mean, this isn't like light. There's no putting your hands on your head, no putting your hands on your hips. So you got to walk off between each one, and they test them and see how good they are. And what they do is they don't tell them. They take them into Bryant-Denny Stadium in the middle of the summer with no one there. The guy, Barrett Jones, says that it's like 300 degrees. He's like, it's crazy. It's like 150 degrees in that building. He's like, it's all hot. He's like, and that's where they make him run them. He says maximum effort from day one so they can show themselves they can do it. Apathy makes that one.
Here's the thing. I mean, I had all the talent to go to Alabama, but that would have just disqualified. That's why I wasn't offered. That right there.
Barrett Jones tells the story. He's like, hey, we were all ready for it.
That's crazy.
He's like, I was ready. He's like, I knew I could do it. He goes, and then they take us to the stadium. It is so hot when nobody's in there.
Well, in the summer in Alabama, right?
Yeah.
It's not so much the heat, it's the humidity that'll kill you.
And not even in Greenbow, Alabama. Right on Tuscaloosa.
Good find there on the trailer with Mendoza. Chap's still shooting threes and shooting a pretty good clip at it. Able to help keep this a 20-plus game.
But yeah, so you still want to know. I thought it was one of the most interesting things to listen to how they build the program. So, nice take by Chudy on a CK as he's fouled by Cox.
I'll tell you, Chudy's had a nice game tonight, but I have loved Cox defending him. Right, he's not back down at all. He's gone right at him, toe to toe. We've seen him really try to contest and make things difficult, and really respect the defensive effort tonight from Christopher Cox.
Yeah, he's gone full Tom Petty.
Won't back down.
As the free throw is good, 77-51. Oh, nice find. Apathy Jang works it around.
Look at the ball movement.
Extra pass to Mendoza with the dunk.
When you talk about sending out emails and coaches want to see ball movement, that's it. That is beautiful basketball there by the Americans.
Clip it and share it like your favorite GIF, as that doesn't go from Skank. Appicheng back inside Mendoza. Could have laid that one in, but sent it back out. And Appicheng loses that one on the drive. We go back down the floor with the Chaps.
Hulk Hogan would have been playing his guitar on that one.
Only when he's Hollywood Hogan.
Yeah.
Angled three, won't go for Chudy. Broadbent with the run out. 3-on-1. Broadbent right to the rim. Anosike was there. And it'll be 1 for 2 free throws here for Broadbent. And truly a region rivalry here.
Yes.
Broadbent and Chudy.
And Chudy now talking with the opposing coach. We better separate him here, Dusty.
He's just saying, hey, where's my offer? His free throw doesn't go. That's not true. That's not true.
I'm sure the coach is probably like, I don't know that we could argue you to stay here, man.
Check the mail. When they used to do such things. Is all the
there
take
you go.
And the dunk.
Another Bobcat for you right there. Tanner Davis.
Broadbent off the angle, and the three goes in. Shoot and roll.
Remember, hit a couple early. Really hasn't had a lot of good looks since then. That one even contested. We'll just crawl it over and telling you, man, NBA Jam style right now.
Yeah.
Hunter Skank.
Well, he need 2 more stops. He needs to make 2 more buckets. Appicheng on the take.
Oh, nice find.
Clock's moving without the basketball.
Yeah, I mean, that's an opportunity. You see the driver, you cut through the paint. Good vision there by Appicheng to find him.
And Beatty with it. Just didn't want to go for the assist.
Yeah.
Good deal. Good deal for everyone.
He's hit a couple of those threes already, right? We can share the rock a little bit.
That's one of those ones. It was true. Oh, beautiful take and finish there for Appicheng. Been a tough night from the floor. He had the nice dish on the previous possession to his man
Cox.
Cox, thank you. And then now that finish.
Yeah, athletic move. Baseline there for JJ. And Davis kind of looked around. I don't know that if he liked the call or not, but it was a flash play there by JJ and not much of an opportunity for Davis to stay in front of that one.
Send out to Rust. 3 won't go. Gets his own board. Out to Hansen. Corner 3. Lips out. That's out of bounds off of Beatty. We'll go down the floor with the Americans. '83, 84-63, game 2 of 3. We've got one more coming your way. As a angled 3 won't go for Jackson Workman. Been that kind of night.
Man, Jackson, a young man. We've talked about it over the course of the summer. He's had a nice summer on the circuit. Hit some big-time shots. He can certainly hit that 3. But kind of a rhythm type of guy. And tonight it's been tough for them to find him in rhythm consistently enough for him to knock down that shot late.
Hunter Hansen long on the 2. Remember, game 3 coming up next. Kentucky Colonels taking on the Anaheim Amigos. Is this rim regulation size or what? Won't go down here on this end.
I saw some of that in the first game of the night, and Beatty betrayed by the rim.
I'm only laughing because he's laughing. As we come back to the other end, Appicheng, you're like, what is happening right now?
He probably had some chicken before the game or something, and those fingers are just a little too greasy, right?
That Kenny Rogers makes a mean bird.
Ooh.
That was a tough pass to get there for Russ. Nice job on the attempt. Come back the other way, and an easy 2 there for Workman.
Floor opening up here.
Tanner Davis. Oh, little
it's nice work.
AK-47 finish.
You see the little drive there by Davis on Smith and just kind of uses that enough to create some separation on the step back. Love the pull-up there for the 4A guard. Skyview is going to be a scary team this year, too.
I think so, too. 4A in general, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. With Lyman Simmons no longer at Snow Canyon, I mean, it's going to be a little more open. As, hey, there's the second dunk of the night for Tanner Davis.
I was thinking he was going to go off the glass to Rust on that one.
You know, it reminds me of Brendan Rigby when our coverage at Wasatch Academy. Like, oh, this kid will be good. And all of a sudden he jumps out of the gym. Now the current Oregon Duck.
Yeah.
As Hunter Hansen comes off that one, Beatty sends back out. Hunter going to take that one strong to the hoop, couldn't finish. Tipped around by Rust. He had that one blocked by Cox, and then Hansen, as it should have been, finishes there with the 2 inside of a minute.
Sheer stick-to-itiveness.
Stick-to-itiveness is the best-ness, as Athbeth Jane can't finish.
How about the Chaps at 90? Man, that escalated quickly.
As I thought maybe we'd get a chance at dunk number 3 there from Davis, but he wisely just lays it in. Back out, JJ for 3, and rattles home. Unofficially, I got him with 5 points. And substitution. Are we calling it?
I think we're calling it.
Calling it. That was it. That'll do it for Game 2. Final score, the Dallas Chaps 92, the Oakland Americans 70. Dane, your final thoughts and selection of the player of the game?
Yeah, I think the Chaps came out really strong, really aggressive early on. Just too much for the Americans tonight. Man, a couple different ways I could go here with the player of the game. I'll go with Hunter Hansen.
Go.
I was debating Skank. I think he had a really nice night, but we'll spread the wealth a little bit. Hunter aggressive offensively. We'll give the Silver Wolf our player of the game.
Yeah, I thought Hunter Hansen was great. Again, our final score, the Dallas Chaps 92, the Oakland Americans 70. As we go to Game 3 on our triple header tonight on the Utah Top 50, our player of the game goes to Hunter Hansen. For Kimball Bigelow and Dane Stewart, I'm Dusty Lister. Thanks for joining us and for watching the 2022 Utah Top 50. Game 3 of our triple header coming up right here on KSLSports.com.